Good afternoon, Tutor Liliana. I'm here again, waiting for my students for the second shift here. So I'm going to wait for my students to get here. Thank you. I will be right here.
Hello.
Hello, Diego. Don't worry, I'm here. I just greet the teacher and I told her that I'm waiting for the students. Okay, so keep
Oh,
tuned and let you know when we start.
okay.
Okay, my friends, good afternoon again. So it's been 7 minutes, so I think we can start today's session. But first of all, let me see your faces and activate your cameras, please. Okay, there you are, my friends. How are you today?
Good teacher. I'm really good. And you?
Glad to hear that.
Better.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Uh,
I was really sick yesterday and the day before yesterday, including Sunday. But today I'm feeling much better than those days. Thank you for asking.
okay, you're welcome, teacher.
Hello, teacher. Hello, Diego.
Hi, Patricia.
Patricia, hello. How are you
How are
today,
you?
Patricia? You
Thank
fine?
you. I am fine. With a,
Okay.
I have a cold, but no more. I'm
Wow,
just trying.
still with the bad cold. Okay, there we have Catherine too.
Catherine. Yeah.
Please, Catherine, activate your camera. Let us see your face. Diego, you are living in Hawaii, but where are you from? What city are you from in Colombia?
I am from Andes, Antioquia.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me take that information.
Yeah.
Because it's necessary for me to send some information tomorrow to my tutor Liliana.
Okay.
It is October 25th, and it's the final date to send the second activity of this course of pedagogical experience. So we have to fill in some information in some formats, and the information is related to my students.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I've been asking these questions to you.
Yeah. Okay, teacher.
Patricia, you are from Valle del Cauca or from Cauca?
Uh, I am from Valle del Cauca,
Valle del
in Cali.
Cauca. Okay, good. Catherine, are you there? Well, she will appear when she is ready. Okay, my friends, so to start today's session, it's necessary to remind you that we couldn't do exercise 4 because of time. So I told you that we might be starting today's session working on that exercise, but before we move on that exercise, it's important for us to remember a little bit about the things we did in the previous session. So Diego, can you please remind me and remind the group about the things we did in the previous session?
Yes, teacher. The previous section, we were working in the past perfect tense. That tense is used to express two types of actions which occur in or or were completed in the past. For that tense, you need to use the auxiliary verb had and the past participle of the verb.
That's right. What else did we do? Did we cover negative statements?
Yeah, that is for the affirmative stem. The subject, auxiliary had, and the past participle, the main verb. For the negative, you need to add not the at the had auxiliary verb. For example, the structure was is uh, subject had plus negation form, and the main verb in past participle. And for the interrogative form, is the structure is a auxiliary verb had, then the subject, and then the um, main verb in past participle.
Okay, thank you, Diego, for your information. That's very accurate. I also want to remind you about the two perspectives we had the chance to work with the past perfect. So the first perspective we studied was related to old experiences and new experiences. Remember that if the sentence is affirmative, it means that the experience is an old experience. It's something somebody had lived before in their lives. But if the sentence is negative, hadn't, it means that the action it's a new experience for those people. The second option we studied was using the time clauses before and after. We also had the combination of two sentences. So we join these two sentences using the word before. So the first part of the sentence is the past perfect, and the second part is the past simple tense. Remember? And the second option, using the word after, we have the possibility to work the two sentences with the past participle form and in the past perfect. So I'm going to show you um, the slides we used in the previous session so we can continue working on the exercise for today. Well, this is what I was telling you when we used the word before and before. The first sentence here is past perfect and the second sentence here is the past simple. And we completed this sentence by saying that the zebra had escaped from the lion before he finally ate it. And the man had called the technical service before they helped him. So using these two words or joining these two sentences using before, past simple tense here, and past perfect sequence here. For the next one, we had the word after. I told you that these two spaces had to be filled with past perfect tenses. Remember that we said that Stella had gone to bed after she had done her homework, and Heather had made her lunch after she had cleaned the apartment. Okay, so let's get into the exercise 4. As you can see, we have 10 verbs here in past participle. We also have regular and irregular verbs. In order of appearance, I mean, the same way you got here into the session. So Diego is number 1, Patricia is number 2, and Catherine is number 3. Vivi is not here yet. Well, this is the exercise. Answer the question the teacher asks you. So this is going to be very similar to an interview. So you are going to tell me the answers using the past perfect tense. And also, if you think it's necessary to combine it with the past simple or the past continuous form, you are free to. So you try to use the past tenses, okay? But basically the past perfect tense. Another recommendation is that as all the questions are yes, no questions, you just please give uh, further information. You don't say yes I had or no I hadn't and that's all. No, you try to expand the information you want to speak about this, okay? So let's get started. Diego, you are number 1.
Okay.
So please select a verb, any verb you are looking at right now? Select one.
Um, the first one, studied.
Okay. Well, so the verb is studied. This
Yeah.
is the question. Have you studied English in this way? Have you studied English in this way?
No teacher. I hadn't studied English online before.
Why not?
Oh, because I I never studied English before before my enrollment with the UNAT.
Okay, so this is a new experience for you.
Yes, this experience is new for me.
Okay, very good answer. Now let's go with Patricia. Patricia, you select another verb, please.
Practice. Yes, teacher.
Excuse me, it was not clear for me.
Practice.
All right, practice. Here is the question, Patricia. Okay, have you practiced English conversation in an online environment? I repeat the question. Have you practiced English conversation in an online environment?
Yes, I practice. I practice this conversation with some friends that I have in for the university.
All
It's
right,
hard.
only, yeah, it's only at the university.
Yes, for the university, I have some mates,
All right,
and with the I speak sometimes in English.
right. So you mean this is not a new experience for you? Do you agree, Patricia? This is not a new experience for you?
Yes, is no teacher, please repeat.
So you mean this is not a new experience for you?
No, I I had I had um, I have had I have had before more before that.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let's go with Catherine. Catherine, make your selection, please.
Don't,
Catherine,
don't. Hello?
Catherine, are you there? We can listen to you.
Yes, teacher, I select don't.
Turn up the volume, please. I can't listen to you. Diego, can you hear Catherine well?
No, well, I can hear, but
Now, teacher.
not really well.
Try that again, Catherine. Hello, Bibi. Welcome.
Hello.
You know what we are doing now?
No, I'm listening that you are asking questions.
Yeah, this is a kind of interview. Diego, can you please explain, Vivi, what we are doing?
Yes. Okay, Vivi. Today we continue to work in the past perfect tense. The teacher is asking questions about to us using the past perfect tense. You need to show one verb of the list, and you can use the past perfect tense, or if is necessary to use any kind of the past tense, you can use that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Diego. So the idea is that you expand your information. It's not only limited to say, yes, I had or no, I hadn't, but expand more information, okay?
All right.
Oh, please, Catherine, speak to me again.
Hello, teacher. Can you hear me?
Try that again, repeat that.
Can you hear me?
Now it's
Okay,
clear.
yeah, it's much better now. All
Okay.
right, so you please tell me your selection.
Down, the bird down.
The verb down. Down. Here's the question. Catherine, have you done exercises in past perfect tense lately? Have you done exercises in past perfect tense lately?
Yes, I have done exercise in past perfect tense before um, uh, before I started at ONAT. Uh, I do it in the school, but was not clear for me.
All right, so this is not a new experience for you.
Mm. Now this, yes, it is.
It is.
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
thank you. Huh? You want to say
I
something
have
else?
if you ask me, is
If you
it
had
is
done
not?
exercises. No, if you had done exercises in past perfect lately. Lately is in the last
Yes,
days.
I have
Okay. So this is not a new experience anyway. Bibi, please make your selection.
All right. Let me see. Interactive.
Interactive. Okay, here's the question. Bibi, have you interacted with new people from your computer? Have you interacted with new people from your computer?
I had interacted with people in my computer, but lately not with new people.
So only with this group.
And in last semesters, I interacted with some other groups.
All right, so this is not a new experience for you. Good.
No, it's not a new.
Oh, okay, Diego, make your selection, please.
Okay. For me, in this time, used.
Used.
Yeah.
Okay. Diego, have you used the internet to learn a language? Have you used the internet to learn a language?
Teacher, I had used internet to learning a language uh, just in this time uh, from no, since I started to learn English.
Okay, so you mean this is the first time you experience or you learn English in this way,
Yes, teacher.
using the internet. Okay. Patricia, please make your selection. Patricia, please.
Teacher felt.
Felt.
Yes.
Good. Okay, here's your question. Have you felt confused in a class like the one we had last Monday? Have you felt confused in a class like the one we had last Monday?
Um, I I have confused in the class of Monday because I don't understand very good the past.
So you admit that you were confused.
I don't understand.
You admit that you were confused.
Not sure. I'm sorry, but I don't.
I am telling you that you are admitting that you were confused. So the answer to that question, to my question, is yes, I had, because of the information you are telling me. Well,
Mm,
Catherine, make your selection, Catherine.
Bien.
Okay, Ben. Catherine, have you been absent from any of the English sessions? Have you been absent from any of the English sessions?
Yes, I have absent at the first encounter because I hadn't uh, mm, how do you say inscribirse?
You haven't been subscribed.
Subscribe to any group, so I start late the sessions.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that Tutor Liliana gave me your information.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Bibi, select a verb, please.
Let me see. Imagine.
Imagine. Okay, here's the question. Have you imagined how entertaining it is to practice English in this way? Have you imagined how entertaining it is to practice English in this way?
Yes, I had imagined that practicing English in this way is entertaining and very useful to improve our English.
Why do you say so?
Because I have been studying English for a long time, and I have studied, for example, my son is studying in a school, he's in sixth grade, and there the classes are different. The classes there are boring, so I had imagined something different,
More
more
fun.
active, more exactly, more active or more entertaining.
Okay, but teaching English is not an easy thing, okay? So we have to deal with that situation. Some students used to get bored in English classes. So we have to be very subtle and very attentive to the students' needs. Okay, that's perfect.
Yes.
Diego, please select one more verb.
Okay, teacher. Belong.
Belonged.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Diego, have you belonged to a group like ours? Have you belonged to a group like ours?
Yes, teacher. I had belonged of this type of groups in the past semesters in the UNAT.
Okay, and if you were asked to compare, what could you say about these two groups?
Yeah, in every group, I had the opportunity to learn a, something because the interaction with the tutor and the mates is a good experience to improve our skills.
Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, all people are different.
Yeah,
Okay, what was the verb? Belonged, right?
belonged. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm taking notes here. Patricia, the last verb is for you. Patricia, the verb is had. Have you had an English tutor like me? Have you had an English tutor like me?
Teacher, please repeat. I cannot hear.
Okay, good. Here's the question. Have you had an English teacher like me?
Mm, mm, um, mm, no, um, I have, I have not, I have not have a, a teacher with me.
Why do you
It's
say so?
because you are very, you are very didactic. In the last section, that teacher, um, and she was according speed, reading, but not rural's grammar. And like me the time in English.
Alright, so I am like no other.
Mhm.
We are unique, right? You will have your time when you ask your students to, okay? Okay, my friends, this is the end of exercise 4. So as you can see, it lasted for about 25 minutes. So that's why we couldn't do this exercise in the previous session. So it's time to start today's, okay? I'm going to stop showing you this slide so you can see me again. I'm back. Well, Vivi, can you please remind the group what we are doing today?
Okay, you didn't say.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Diego, please remind the group what we are doing today.
No, teacher, you didn't anything about the topic for today.
Hi, I'm going to contact your parents. I will remember. Catherine, what are we doing today?
Teacher, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give you some clues. The first clue is when I usually finish teaching you or reminding you about the simple tense, like the past simple tense, Do you remember what's coming up next after the simple form I teach? Do you remember that, Bibi?
A reading exercise?
No,
A video?
no. Diego, place your bet.
Teacher, I don't remember.
Okay, good. Well, I usually
Our
teach
memory.
my students the continuous or the progressive form. So if we studied the past perfect in the previous session, it means that we are going to toward the past perfect continuous or progressive. Oh, Diego, can you please tell us a possible definition for the past perfect continuous?
Mm, Past perfect continuous. Oh, teacher, I'm not sure. I'm confused with, but
Okay, it means
how
that
is?
you're going to learn new things today.
Yeah, yeah.
Baby, baby, please help me.
Okay, it's similar, but you are going similar to the past perfect, but in this case, in the progressive form, you are going to use the principal verb with the ing form.
What do you have to say about the auxiliary verb?
Is the verb had
And no more. Catherine,
with
can
the
you tell
verb.
us something?
There are two auxiliary verbs,
Okay, there are two auxiliary verbs.
had
Which
and
one?
been.
I'm being. Oh, yes.
That's right. So for the continuous form of the past perfect, we need to add the word been. Had been, and the main verb of the structure is in ing form. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to show you a slide as usual. So I'm going to open that file. Just a moment. So we can say goodbye to this one. There it is. Okay, here is the one we have. The past perfect continuous. Diego, please read what the boy says.
Okay, the past perfect continuous. It is a form of the verb that show the action or stay started in the past and continued until some point in the past.
One more time, please.
Okay. It is a form of the verb that shows the action or stay started in the past and continue until some point in the past.
Well, maybe you are a little bit confused, and that is understandable because something similar happened to me this morning with the other group I have. All I want to remind you and be based on this is that the action, even though it was in progress, it stopped at some moment in the past. So when we use the past perfect continuous, it doesn't mean that the action is still in progress, okay? So you please don't confuse the past continuous with the past perfect continuous. First, because the auxiliary verbs are different. Was, were, and the ing form for the past continuous, and this time we had the form had been. Okay, so we can group two sentences, or we can just use one sentence to say that that action is over right now. So I'm going to show you some examples, and maybe you can get some explanation about that. So you please take a look at these four sentences and the four pictures and try to get the most of them, please. Proceed in 1 minute. Diego, what can you get from the first example?
Yeah, in the first example, I came to identify the parts of the phrase that indicate the past perfect continue. Has the subject he, the two auxiliary verbs had been, the main verb in ing form playing, and the complement of the clause has the explanation um, of the time for he had been playing 2 hours.
Okay, so you mean the complement. So in Spanish, how do you understand that sentence in Spanish?
Yeah. Él había estado tocando el piano por 2 horas.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. Patricia, number 2. What can you get from example 2?
I can see that this sentence have the subject Harry, past perfect, have been, reading, verb, principal verb, plus energy. And this is the complement. The newspaper since this morning is 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 this indicate that eso sucedió. Is clear, teacher.
Okay, and how do you understand the sentence in Spanish?
Harry había, había estado leyendo el periódico desde, I don't remember, desde esta mañana.
Yeah, since is desde.
But in that case, tutor, a question. Can we use the present perfect? Because Harry had been reading the paper since.
Yeah, that word since, the word since completely match with the perfect tenses in English. So in the first example, I used for and I specified the time. Here, when we use the word since, we when we use since, we are indicating a point in the past. Since this morning, it doesn't mean that it was at a certain moment, but the whole morning can be 6 a.m. or 7 or 8 or 10 or 11, whatever the time it is, right? So never confuse since and for. For is for times, and since is to starting or indicating a point in the past, and it means desde, and for is durante. But this action happened this morning, okay? And now it's afternoon, so it means that the action is in the past. All right, so Catherine, Catherine, the next one is for you. Kelly.
Kelly had been joined near. I can't see the whole sentences, teacher. What is
Okay,
the last word?
here.
Near here?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelly has been
So,
jogging near here.
okay. So, it's a action that uh, finish, but we need to. In these sentences, you have past perfect in had been and continuous enjoying, adding ing, and but here don't specify
Yes,
the
specify.
time.
That's right. We are not specifying time here, but we are saying a place, right? So it means that in the past perfect continuous, it's not always necessary to specify a time in the past, okay? Because we can also include how, or in this case, where, or we can even say why. Give reasons of that action. That's right. Bibi, what did you get from the last example, the telephone?
I cannot read the whole sentence.
No? What's the problem?
The cameras, our images there.
Oh, you can only read the telephone has been, right?
Exactly.
Okay, has been ringing for 10 minutes. The telephone has been ringing for 10 minutes.
Well, when that sentence gave me the idea of the telephone is still ringing. I don't know why.
Okay, is that what you get from that sentence?
Yes, the telephone had been ringing and is still ringing.
It's still ringing.
Yeah,
Why? Why do you say so? Because the action means that it was in the past. Look,
yeah,
it's
yes, I understand it's the past, but it gave me the idea that happened in the past and is still happening. I don't know.
okay. That's
For,
what
for
you
the
guess.
teacher, for me is like acaba de terminar. Sorry in Spanish, but I don't know how do you say in English.
Okay, you couldn't enter your home. You listened to it, the ringing it, but you couldn't enter home, and it was you were not able to pick up the phone. All right. Well, this is just to clarify, guys. All these actions are not happening now. Okay. So no matter what the sentence is, please take on your minds that these actions are no are no longer happening. That's the idea. Well, now it is time for the first exercise. Maybe we can clarify a couple of things. Well, for Diego and Patricia, you are going to select these pictures. The first three pictures are for Diego and Patricia. And the second pictures are for Catherine and Viviana. Well, this is the exercise. What has been going on? You can say when or you can say where, okay? Or if you decide to include when and where, perfect, it's no problem. So you have 2 minutes to transform these pictures in past perfect continuous sentences. Please proceed.
Okay. The three images, right?
Yes, the first three images for Diego and
Okay.
Patricia.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
the second images are for Catherine and Viviana. Okay, Diego, you ready?
Not yet, teacher.
Good.
Teacher.
Free yes, Diego, tell me.
Yes. Okay, the first one, John had been cleaning his house since this morning. The
Two.
second one, Nelson had been teaching Chinese in his house. And Susan had been riding in her house in this morning.
In her house?
Horse, sorry.
Oh, in her
I, I saw the age instead of house.
yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Now, false. Okay, Patricia, would you please read your examples?
He has been mopping the floor for 3 hours.
Wow. Next.
He had been he had been teaching English since this morning. Yeah,
Okay.
I am not sure.
Yeah.
Had she, I'm sorry. She had been writing, uh, right, writing,
Riding.
um, reading your horse for 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Wow, sorry. Yeah, for,
Yeah, yeah, horse. It's okay.
okay.
Well, yeah, they are correct. Catherine, please read yours.
He had been smoking all night because he was worried for his work.
Okay.
She had been tanning for 2 hours, and they had been fighting all day. They were training for a competition.
Okay, good. Vivi, please read yours.
Okay, he had been smoking a lot last year.
Next.
Eh, She had been lying on the beach when she saw a shark.
Repeat that one, please.
She had been lying on the beach when she saw a shark.
Wow.
And number three, they had been training taekwondo for several minutes before the coach arrived.
That's right. Thank you. Okay, here are mine. So we can compare all these sentences. Number one, I have the man had been mopping the floor 5 minutes ago. Two, Diego had been explaining the lesson until the bell sounded. Three, Catherine had been riding a horse in her father's farm. Four, that man had been smoking for all his life until he died. Five, Bibi had been sunbathing at the beach on her last vacation time. 6. These boys have been practicing karate for the school tournaments. So if we compare all our sentences, they have to be 80% similar. Okay, so let's keep working. No problem. No questions with that.
No
Okay, no
questions.
now. No
No,
now.
no,
No,
it's clear,
no.
right? Well, let's now see the next form. Well, as you can see, we have the same four pictures as the previous one for affirmative statements, but in this occasion, the negative form is have not, or the contracted form hadn't. But please concentrate on the information about the verb or after the verb, because this is important to tell the students when we are teaching them to make something negative. Please take a look at the first affirmative statements. We can modify the verb, we can modify a subject, or we can even modify the complement, okay? So always tell the students to transform in negative, change some information. The students sometimes are confused about making negative because they only think that adding the word not, that's all. But that's not the way it is. For example, if I say, guys, tell me a negative sentences for today is Wednesday. So they will say today is not Wednesday. Grammatically, it is correct. Grammatically. But we have to tell them to go farther, to be smarter when they create sentences. The negative form can be today is not Friday. So I am changing the complement. I'm changing the day. Another one. She is writing an email for her husband. So we can make it in the negative form. We can change he for she, or we can change an email for a letter or a love letter, whatever. But always try to change something else. Plus adding the word not, of course. And we can see here he hasn't been playing the violin. It's evident that he is not playing the violin, right? So he hadn't been playing the violin, and the affirmative form, he had been playing the piano. Well, for the next one, I also change the complement. He hadn't, or Harry hadn't been reading the magazine. For the third one, we have in the previous one, Kelly had been jogging, and I changed here the verb. Kelly hadn't been swimming near here because she had been jogging. And the final one, if we see, the affirmative had been ringing for 10 minutes. And for the negative, I decided to write hadn't been activating. The telephone hasn't been activating the voice messages. Is that clear, guys? We need to go farther. It is not a matter only to add the word not and the sentence is negative. Is that clear? Yeah,
Clear.
yeah, it's clear.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Always tell your students. Well, this morning, guys, let me tell you a story we had this morning. As you know, in Colombia, there was a section in the day for evacuating the strategies in buildings, in houses, in apartment buildings. So it was 9 o'clock this morning when I had to stop my class at this time. So we had to evacuate the building here, so other students had to do the same. So we had to stop here. But we are not going to do the same thing with you, okay? So don't worry. Well, so get another part or some part of a paper and take a look at this exercise. What hasn't
Okay.
been going on? Now we are going to interchange the first three pictures are for Catherine and Viviana, the first three. And the second three pictures are for Diego and Patricia, but this time in negative form, okay? Please proceed. Okay, Diego, do you have yours ready?
Yes, teacher.
Please.
Okay. Peter hadn't been singing in his birthday. You
Hadn't
see,
been
singing,
singing.
seeing. Okay, seeing in his birthday. Lucia hadn't been swimming in the sea. The guys hadn't been dancing in the class.
Okay, good. Patricia, please, yours.
He had been running near her. Uh, she had she hadn't been swimming Sweet.
Swimming.
That had they hadn't been playing soccer.
Okay, good. Catherine, read yours, please.
He hadn't been watching TV while he had cleaning the house. He wa- he hadn't been drinking his coffee during the class. She hadn't been running this morning.
Good, thank you. Really?
Okay. He hadn't been cleaning enough last week. The,
Next.
pro- the professor hadn't been attending meetings because he was too busy.
Okay.
And Lynn hadn't been riding her bike because she was riding her horse.
All right, thank you. Now listen to mine. For the first one, the man hadn't been waxing the floor. Two, the teacher hadn't been showing the students a video about the Greek alphabet. Three, Gina hadn't been riding her bicycle downtown. Four, that man hadn't been drinking coffee yesterday morning. Five, Viviana hadn't been taking a shower in the club. And number six, this boy hadn't been preparing a presentation for the school. If we get to compare all the sentences we did, we will see that probably 50% are similar, 50 or lower, because they are negative, and when we convert something in negative, there are most possibilities for different structures or sentences, okay? Well, now let's move on to yes/no questions. Take a look at the way we have to split the auxiliary verbs. The first part is had, separated by the subject, okay? Take a look at all these sentences, all the questions. Have been is split, is separated. So for the first question we have, had he been playing the piano? For the second one, had he been reading the newspaper? For the third one we have, had she been swimming near here? For the final one, number 4, had the telephone been activating the voice messages? Well, the first two, the first sentence, it's correct, right? If we compare to this slide with the first affirmative statements, the answer is positive. So the short answer is yes, he had. It's not necessary to say yes, he had been. For the short answer, the answer goes up to had. Yes, he had. Or yes, she had. Pay attention. It's not necessary to say yes, he had been. Okay? So it's only necessary to say yes, he had. Had he been reading the newspaper? Yes, he had. Had she been swimming near here? Now the answer is negative. No, she hadn't. 4. Had the telephone been activating the voice messages? No, it hadn't. Well, I hope this is clear. So for the first two sentences, questions, the answers are positive. And for the second ones are negative. Is that clear, everybody? Please confirm.
It's clear.
Yes, it's clear. It's important to know that for the short answer, it's yes, he had, or yes, we had, yes, they had. No, they hadn't, and no, it hadn't, etc. Well, here's the exercise 3 for ask a yes no question for every picture, then answer it in a long form. We are going to practice the long form. This time is free. All of you select 3 pictures. Choose whatever you want. Only select 3 pictures and ask a question for every picture and the long form answer. Please proceed. Okay, guys, ready?
Ready.
Okay, I need a volunteer to read 2 questions and their answers. One volunteer, one of you.
I can do it.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, is number 3. Had John been listening
Good.
to pop music? Just
Answer,
okay. Yes, he had. Okay, long form. Okay.
the
Yes, he
long
had
form,
been
yeah.
listening. Yes, he had been listening to pop music. Okay.
Okay, next.
Had the girl been sleeping all day yesterday? No. The she hadn't been sleeping all day yesterday.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, baby. One more volunteer.
Me?
Proceed.
Okay. Had Santiago been listening music?
Listening
Yes,
to.
listening to music. Yes, he had been listening to music. And other one, had Andrew been fixing his motorcycle yesterday? No, he had been fixing his car yesterday.
Thank you.
And okay.
One more volunteer.
Me, teacher.
Please go ahead.
Had she been sleeping all morning? Yes, he had been sleeping all morning. Had Lily been playing with her friends? No, she hadn't. She had been playing alone.
Thank you. Seb, you want to say something, Catherine?
Sorry, teacher.
Would you like to say something? Read off your one or two of your examples?
No.
No? Okay, here are mine. Listen to mine. For number one, had they been wrestling? No, they hadn't. They had been boxing. Two, had he been polishing the car? Yes, he had. He had been polishing the car. Three, had he been listening to the news? No, he hadn't. He had been listening to music. Four, had she been sleeping peacefully? Yes, he had. She had been sleeping peacefully. Five, had they been watching a movie? No, they hadn't been watching a movie. Six, had she been jumping rope? Yes, she had. She had been jumping rope. Okay, my friends. This is the moment when I need to know if you have any questions, any doubts, if you want me to repeat some information related to the affirmative or negative, or just no question forms with the past perfect continuous. Let me know.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question to past perfect.
Go ahead.
I can I can say uh, this question.
Please repeat again. Can I say,
Yo tenía, teacher, yo tenía mis preguntas en pasado perfecto, pero me preguntaste.
do you want to read them? Yeah?
Yeah, I can say that
Yeah.
question.
Okay, go ahead, please. Do.
Mm, had the pin boxing now? Yes, they had. Yes, they had boxing.
They have been boxing.
They had the boxing. Uh,
Okay.
has he been listening to music? Yes, he have listening to music.
He has
Had
been. Have been.
I'm sorry. Um, um, have she been watching TV? Uh, no, she had been uh, that jumping.
Okay. Good. Perfect. This time right.
Some more chance.
All right. Thank you. No questions, guys? No doubts? Strikes? Objections? Nothing?
No, teacher, I don't have a question. Teacher,
Yeah.
I had to leave the class because somebody's called me to go to the hospital.
Oh, you have an emergency.
Yes,
Is
yeah,
somebody dying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is is close to diet. Yeah,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah. And I need to drive for 20 or 25 minutes to go
Oh,
there.
yeah, I understand that. So don't worry if it's now. So
Okay.
you're free to go, Diego. It's no problem.
Okay. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, guys.
Okay, see
And
you
bye
on
bye,
Monday.
Diego.
Okay. See you on Monday. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Okay, my friends, we enter into the final part of today's session. As we have done before, we have some reading exercises, but I don't think the time is enough. So we can read the first one, right? What are we going to do? We are going to read this these short paragraphs, and then we are going to give response to these answers. Where was he? What did he do? And what had he been doing? If you can see, there are three different questions. The first one is with the past simple form of the verb to be. The second one, what did he do? Past simple. The third one is the past perfect continuous, right? So, Bibi, please read the article for the group.
All right. Patrick had been playing the banjo for about 15 years. Many years ago, his grandfather played the banjo in a band. He taught Patrick how to play the banjo when Patrick was just 10 years old. Patrick had been practicing the banjo ever since. He had been playing for his friends and family for many years. Last night, Patrick played his banjo on a television show. He had been hoping to be on this show since he first saw it on television 5 years ago. He played in front of a live studio audience. The audience cheered and clapped for Patrick. Patrick knew he was good because he had been playing the banjo for a long time. Now everyone knew that Patrick was a good banjo player.
Thank you, Bibi. Catherine, please read the article again.
Patrick had been playing the banjo for about 15 years. Many years ago, his grandfather played the banjo in a band. He taught Patrick how to play the banjo when Patrick was just 10 years old. Patrick had been practicing the banjo ever since. He had been playing for his friends and family for many years. Last night, Patrick played his banjo on a television show. He had been hoping to be on this show since he first saw it on television 5 years ago. He played in front of a live studio audience. The audience cheered and clapped clapped
Clap.
for Patrick. Patrick knew he was good because he had been playing the banjo for a long time. Now everyone knew that. I can see
That
this.
Patrick was a good banjo player. Okay, thank you, Catherine. Patricia, please, it's your turn for reading.
Um, Patrick has been playing the banjo for about 15, 15, 15. I don't know, 5 years. Many years ago, his grandfather played the banjo in a band. He taught Patrick how to play the banjo when Patrick was just 10 years old. Patrick had been practicing the banjo ever since. He had been playing for his friends and family for many years. Last night, Patrick played his banjo on a television show. He had been hoping to be on the show since the first saw in on television 5 years ago. He played front of a live starring audience. The audience cheered and clapped, but Patrick knew he has got because he had been playing the banjo for a long time, and now everyone knew that Patrick was a good banjo player.
Okay, thank you. And finally, it's my turn. Well, it says that Patrick had been playing the banjo for about 15 years. Many years ago, his grandfather played the banjo in a band. He taught Patrick how to play the banjo when Patrick was just 10 years old. Patrick had been practicing the banjo ever since. He had been playing for his friends and family for many years. Last night, Patrick played his banjo on a television show. He had been hoping to be on this show since he first saw it on television 5 years ago. He played in front of a live studio audience. The audience cheered and clapped for Patrick. Patrick knew he was good because he had been playing the banjo for a long time. Now everyone knew that Patrick was a good banjo player. Okay, as a group together, let's answer the first question. Where was he? Who tells me the answer? Where was he?
He was on a television show.
That is the answer. He was on a television show. Simple, right? Question number two. What did he do?
He played his banjo
He played his banjo
In front
in front.
of a live studio audience.
Okay, he played in front of a live studio audience.
Audience.
And what had he been doing?
He had been playing his banjo,
Uh-huh.
yes
For
or
his
no?
friends, and for his family for many
Uh,
years.
Okay, when I
for
had
his
the
friend.
sense that the action continued, I wasn't wrong because he was playing the banjo, but he still played the banjo.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's
the
his
present tense.
custom. It's his custom, right? He had been playing it because he
Exactly.
is still alive, okay?
Okay.
When if we have the chance to study the present perfect, we can compare that, okay?
All right.
Because we can get the information that he is still alive. That's why it sounds like tricky too, okay?
All right.
All right, my girls, so this is the end. I had more readings like this to continue, but sometimes our time flies and we can't
Yes.
complete the activities. But if you want, you can take a picture of this reading
All
so
right.
you can practice some time independently. So you please take a picture or an image from this screen.
Okay,
It
that's
was
Billy.
reading exercise 2. And
And
the
what is
next
the other
one,
one?
this one. So you have this one and the other one.
Okay. The Donald and Billy. All right.
Yes,
I got it.
Billy and Donald. So
and
I'm
teacher
going to stop showing you. Yeah, you got the pictures?
in
Okay, I'm going to stop this from showing you. So now you can see me again. Okay, 1 minute to say goodbye, Bibi. How did you feel today and say goodbye?
Okay, I am learning more about these verb tense. I have to study more about it because I feel like it's similar to the present perfect continuous.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay,
Um,
bye.
Catherine,
Yes, for me, it's a little bit confusing,
confusing?
but I need to practice.
Yeah, yes, everybody does. All right, Patricia, say goodbye to the audience.
Okay, bye bye. Thanks. Today I I didn't understand some things. Thanks.
Okay, so unfortunately, this time is so short, but we have to get the most of them. So I hope to see you back next week. Bye bye, everyone. Take care
Bye, thank you.
and be good girls. Okay. See you next
Have a
session.
nice weekend.
God bless you. You too. Goodbye.
Teacher, please. I want to see the reading for the
Which
next
one?
session. Uh,
The first one or
for
the second one?
the second.
This one?
The other.
This?
Yes. Please. One moment. Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye. Take care.